Arachin Daf Lamed. Today is the final Daf in Masechtas Arachin. There's only a short Amud, and even that short Amud, 50% of it is things that we have learned a few times in this Masechta. So don't get used to this very short Sikum. We learned in the Mishnah that a Kohen and a Levi can sell their house forever, anytime they want. The simple meaning would mean even on Yovel. Rashi asked the question, why don't we have the famous Machlokes Rav and Shmuel regarding Yisrael who tried to sell his house on Yovel, where Shmuel says he can't because of a Kavachomer? If he sold his house before Yovel comes and the sale expires, so certainly on Yovel itself, it shouldn't allow the sale to begin with. So therefore Rashi says, you're right, there is a Machlokes Rav and Shmuel here, and the Mishnah says La'olam because it just fits in with the rest of the Mishnais. Says the Mishnah, the Goyelim La'olam, they can redeem their house forever. In other words, Yisrael who sells his house, it goes to the buyer eventually and he can't redeem it. A Kohen and a Levi can redeem their house whenever they feel like it. Many years later they could just come and redeem their house. Their fields do not go to Kohanim if they are Magdashit, and if they sold it, they could be Goyel, they could redeem immediately, they don't have to wait 2 years. What if a Levi has a house in a walled city? It's not Cholot, doesn't become Cholot, it doesn't go to the buyer. Now how in the world does a Levi have a house in a walled city? We know that Levim only received properties from Klal Yisrael and they turned into Ari Miklot, and Ari Miklot were never walled cities. And there's another halacha, that the walled city has to be from the time of Yeshua ben Nun, and it has to be walled from the Goyim, before Klal Yisrael moved in there. You can't move in and then build a wall around. So you can't answer that perhaps the Levim had a city that they walled in afterwards. Therefore, we must say that the Levim acquired this field through a raffle, and they were required to knock down the wall. But prior to them knocking the wall, they were able to sell it off to Yisrael, and that Yisrael wants to keep it. Kamash Maloni can't keep it. If a Yisrael gave over his field b'cherim, we said cherim means, he says, this field should be cherim to this kohen. So a certain kohen had this field for a few years, he was working it, he was the owner, and then he went ahead and gave it to Hegdish. So I would think that when Yovel comes, it should go back to that kohen, and he shouldn't divide it with his brothers. Why? Because he was the owner. He worked it. He has the right of first refusal. Kamash Malano, it says in the Torah, V'haya hasadik is Zdei HaCherim. Zdei HaChuzah should learn something out of Zdei HaCherim. But in fact, we're learning Zdei HaCherim from Zdei HaChuzah. And just like Zdei HaChuzah, the Kohen can't keep it for himself, he must divide it between his brothers, so too the Zdei HaCherim, he must divide it with his brothers. Hadrun, Aloch, HaMoicher Sadeu, Usligalah, Mesechtes Erechin, Mazel Tov, Bezer Hashem, on Sunday we'll begin the new Mesechta Tmura. Have a wonderful Shabbos and a great day.